If you see the electrolytic capacitor in the figure, so have you ever seen this type of figure in your daily life? This type of capacitors, electrolytic, shown in figure. Have you ever seen this type of figure? Yes, this type of capacitor. So this type of capacitor where you have seen? Yes, in fan it is means it is of bigger size, volume is bigger, but it is of a very small size also available. So very small size and very small capacity capacitor are used in electronic circuits. Okay, so anything, yes, toys, any remote, in remote inside there is a board, in TV inside there is a board, in computer CPU there is inside a motherboard. On that electronic boards you will find these components are soldered. Okay, so they create the circuit, electronic circuit. So it is used in that also. For a particular circuit, to design a particular electronic circuit, you can use the small capacitors. Okay, these are also used in electronic designing electronic circuits, ceramic capacitors and that. Okay, so in fan we use this capacitor because in ceiling fan mostly we use. Why? So in fans we have this single phase induction motor. Okay, single phase induction motor, and that motor is called capacitor run capacitor start motor. Okay, so why it is called capacitor run capacitor start motor? Because it needs, that motor needs capacitor to get started. Okay, because it doesn't have enough starting torque to start. Okay, so the capacitor provides the energy, the enough energy to develop the starting torque, and so that it can start and run. Okay, even if your capacitor is getting older, okay, and its maybe its capacity is decreased with the time, so you need to replace your capacitor, otherwise your fan will not give you the speed. Okay, speed will be slow down if your capacity of capacitor is getting degrade. Okay, so speed will be lower. If you are even if you are regulating with the regulator, the speed will not increase. Okay, so that time means capacitor is very important in the to install with the ceiling fan or some other fan, because in the fans we use the single phase induction motor, and that motors are cannot start without the capacitor. Fine. Any doubt? Okay, then comes polystyrene film capacitor and polyester film capacitor. So you can see in the figure, the green one is polystyrene film capacitor. So you can see these are the tabular shaped capacitors. Okay. So why they are tabular shaped capacitors? Because in polystyrene film capacitors, the plate and dielectric are sandwiched and rolled together. So that's why this tabular shape is formed. Okay. So these capacitors are relatively cheap. Okay, and it can provide close tolerance capacitor, okay, where needed. And polyester film capacitor, if we are talking about the polyester film capacitor, so polyester film capacitor are used where cost is a consideration, and as they do not offer a high tolerance, so means they cannot provide the high tolerance. Okay, and it can they are considered where cost is a consideration. So the tolerance of these capacitors are 5 to 10%, and that are adequate for many applications. Okay, so metallized polyester film capacitor is like polyester film capacitor, but here metallized polyester films are used. Okay, so the metallized polyester film has one advantage, that their electrodes are very thin. So that's why they are used. Okay, so they can be overall capacitor can be contained in a small package because their electrodes are thin. Now comes glass capacitor and super capacitor. So you can see in the figure, this is the glass capacitor and this is the super capacitor. So glass capacitors use the dielectric medium as a glass and they are little bit expensive. Okay. So these capacitors offers very high level of performance and in performance in terms of extremely low loss. So losses are less and performance is high of this type of capacitors, and they are used for high radio frequency current capability and for many radio frequency applications. Okay, they can reduce the noise, electric noise, and other features make them ideal for radio frequency applications. Now comes the supercapacitors. So supercapacitors offers very high value of capacitance, means in the several thousand farads. Okay, so they are used as a memory or the storage element. If you want to store large amount of electrical energy, you can use supercapacitors, or you want to use as a memory element in computer or other thing, so you can use this capacitor. Okay. Now color coding of electrolytic capacitor. So likewise, color coding we have done for resistor. So now we will see how to color code the electrolytic capacitance. Electrolytic, not all. Electrolytic. Okay. So as you can see the figure 1.3. So here are some colorful bands. So the top one is first digit. Second top is second digit. The middle one is the multiplier, and the second lower band is called the tolerance. The last band, the lower band, is the maximum voltage of the capacitor. Okay. So now here you can see, students, if the first digit is red, so red, for red the significant digit is 2. Second digit is second digit is which color?
Pink.
Yes. So you can see here the color significant number. Okay. Then the third one is the multiplier. So multiplier is yellow. So yellow color is 10 to the power kpf. Okay. Then this green band is tolerance. So tolerance will be nothing. No tolerance. Green is here it is written green 5%. Sorry, I saw this working voltage. Okay, this is working voltage. So green is 5%. And if it is white, so white will be having 10%. So tolerance table is given here. For green, it is plus minus 5 picofarad. Okay. If your capacitance is less than 10 picofarad, so plus minus 5% or plus minus 10% for white. Right. The last one is the maximum voltage that can be handled by this capacitor. So if it is brown color, so 100 volt it can handle. If it is red color, so it can handle 250 volt. Yellow 400 volt, blue 630 volt, so on. Okay. Any doubt till this? Any questions? Okay. Now next is the part aim B. Okay, that is second part of this experiment. So in aim B, we are going to study symbol used in electrical engineering. Okay, so this table is blank. Okay, you need to draw the symbols here. Okay, that is your task. So when you are preparing your lab file, lab record for this experiment, so you need to write everything, whatever given in this manual. So instead of writing the same thing, you can take the PDF as it is till this point, till here. Where? Till here. Till here you can take as it is PDF. Okay. Then after that, you need to draw the symbols in your own handwriting. Okay. So either you can take printout of this page, or you can take a simple A4 size paper on which you can draw this table and can draw the symbols in your own handwriting. And then you can scan and merge that PDF with this PDF in the same order. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, the conclusion is also blank. So you need to write the conclusion in your own handwriting and results in your own handwriting. So before conclusion, you will write results. Okay. And then you need to write the quiz answers. Okay. That you need to search, you need to study. Okay. Study books are also shown in the previous laboratory session. So you need to study, or you need to search, and you need to write these question answers. Okay. And you can write these answers also on A4 size paper, and then you can attach your A4 size paper in last of the PDF. So all these things you need to merge in a single PDF in the given order, and you need to upload it on the LMS. The link will be provided on the LMS. Okay. So how to submit on LMS, that I also discussed in the previous session. You can see the recording if you have attended the first laboratory session. Now we will study the color, this not color code, these symbols. Okay, so I will give you the introduction about the symbols. Then you need to draw it. Okay, I will explain you the symbols. So what is the symbol for direct current? Direct current means DC. So for DC, it is blank horizontal simple line. Okay. Then for positive terminal or polarity, positive polarity, there is a plus sign. Then negative polarity, where I have the negative means minus sign. For alternating current is in the sinusoidal form. So sine wave will be there, a small sine wave. Then single phase. For single phase, we write 1 phi. For three phase, we write 3 phi. So these are the common symbols that we use in electrical engineering. Then comes crossed wire and connected wires. So please understand the difference in between these two. So crossed wires are some wires which are crossing by outside but not connecting to each other. They are not connected. Okay, but connected wires are the connected to each other. So for cross wire, you can simply make cross or plus, and for connected wires, you need to make a dot where they are meeting. They are connected. Okay, so you need to make a dot, right? Any doubt in this, students?
No, ma'am.
Then for earthing, this is the symbol for earthing. So earthing symbol is like this. Okay. So suppose you are having one circuit, you are drawing one circuit like this. Okay. So suppose I want earthing at this point. Okay, I'm doing earthing on this point. So how I will do the earthing? I will make a symbol here. I will connect my earthing here. Right? So this is called the earthing symbol. Now this symbol is here. So that means this node is earth. Reference node means the voltage here is 0. Fine. Any doubts, students?
No, ma'am.
Now comes the symbol for fuse. Symbol of fuse. Okay. So fuse symbol is two terminals and there is a wire connected. Okay. So this is a fuse symbol. So I will show you 1 minute. So this is fuse wire. Means fuse. This is for symbol for fuse. This is cartridge fuse and this is one-way switch. Okay. So let me show you one-way switch and two-way switch. So normally जो हम switch use करते हैं घर पे, तो switch on the any light, fan, any device, any appliance, तो वो उसको हम बोलते हैं one way switch. That is one way switch, right? One way switch का जो symbol है वो इस तरह से होता है, या इस तरह से भी आप बना, right? So this is a one way switch symbol. Actually this means this line shows the connection between the terminals. So अगर इसका मतलब है कि स्विच ओपन है, अगर ये लाइन यहाँ पे है इसका मतलब स्विच ओपन है, अगर आपने ऐसे कर दिया मतलब ये स्विच क्लोज हो गया. दिस इज फॉर क्लोज, दिस इज फॉर ओपन.
Ma'am, you are not share your screen.
You are not able to see the screen.
It's visible.
It's visible. So those who are not able to see the screen, they can refresh their screen by scrolling down up like this. Okay. So like suppose in a circuit. Okay. Let me show you the example of your home appliances. So your home appliances or loads are connected in parallel, right? And this is one source coming to your energy meter. The energy is means coming from the energy meter through the distribution company service main. Okay. So now here you will connect the switches. So suppose AC, geyser, fan. Okay. So this is of 1000 watts, this is of 230 watts, 500 watts, and this is of 230 watts. Okay, suppose. So now your loads are connected, but switches are open. So means they are not consuming any electrical energy. Okay. So if you close the switch, suppose you are turning on the AC, so switch will be closed like this. Okay. If you are turning on the geysers, so current will start flowing here. Otherwise, in that case, current is not flowing. Right? So the symbol of one-way switch is like this. Fine. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So you can see one-way switch. This is one-way switch. Right. So two terminals are there, and this line shows the open and closing of switch. Okay. So generally we show by open switch. Okay. So this is the one-way switch symbol. Now we have two-way switch. So in two-way switch we have three terminals. So what is a two-way switch actually? So two-way switch is something if you want to operate your appliance or device, any tube light, any lamp, any fan with two switches. Okay. Suppose you have suppose one lamp is hanged here, okay, upstairs. Okay, and you install one switch here to switch on and switch off this lamp, right? So this is upstairs lamp, and suppose you want to operate this lamp from downstairs also. So you will install one switch, another switch here. This is switch 1, switch 2, right? And this is your lamp. So suppose I want that there is no there is darkness on upstairs. So I want to switch on the lamp from downstairs first. So I will switch on from here. Okay. And I will go upstairs. And after some time, I want to switch off this lamp and I want to come back downstairs. So I will switch off this lamp from this switch. Okay, so this type of operation we can perform by installing two-way switches. Means if you have switch on the S1, so you can close with switch 2. If you switch off the S2, so you can on from switch 1. Either way you can do. Right? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So what happened in single way switch, students? In single way switch, you have only two terminals inside. Okay, this is single way switch, normal switch that we use in our home to turn off and simply to turn on and turn off the device. So this means inside this switch, you will get two terminals. Okay, so suppose this is your load. Some device is there, load. So what you will do, that phase wire will come here. Phase wire you will connect here, and that phase wire will go to this one. And from this one, the neutral wire will be coming here, and this is called neutral. So neutral will go here. So likewise, circuit will be completed. Right? Okay. So one terminal to connect the phase wire and another one is to connect the neutral wire to complete the path. Fine. So if you switch on, this will be closed. It will complete the circuit, and if you switch off, this will be open. Right? Now in two-way switch, what happened? There are three terminals. So the three terminals are like this. 1, 2, 3. This is COM 1, COM 2, neutral. So what happens? This is like this. Okay. So this will go to another switch. Another two-way switch will be there. So this will go there. Okay, and this will be connected to the load, and this will again back to the neutral. So like this we can do the connection. We will perform the connection in the later experiments in detail. So just for the introduction, I told you these things. So one way and two way switches are there. Okay. So I think you understood the purpose of one way and two way switch. Right? So this is two-way switch symbol. Now push button normal open symbol is this. Push button normally closed symbol is this. Now lamp. Lamp we can denote, we can symbolize the lamp by this symbol. Okay. Then comes some other special type of switches, that is double pole single throw, triple pole single throw. These type of switches you will not see in your home. Okay, this is for special purpose. If you are performing some experiment and you need to connect the devices, so you will need these type of switches. You might need these switches. Okay, so double pole single throw. What is the meaning? Double pole single throw means, in short, we call it DPST switch. So can you, if you see the double pole single throw switch, students, you can see the symbol here. So the input side is double and output side is single. Means you can connect double terminals to a single output. Okay, either here, either here. Okay, so double supply is connected to the double poles and giving to the single pole only. This line is going to this only. Means you can take single output at a time. Okay. Triple pole single throw means triple poles are in the input side, and single will be, triples are connected to the singles. Okay. Then comes the double throw means double pole inside, double pole outside. Okay. And the triple pole double throw, triple pole double throw. Okay. Then these are double pole main switch with fuse. So this is fuse symbol connected with double pole switch set. Okay. So triple pole main switch with fuse. Then reversing switch. Then fixed resistor, variable resistor, fixed inductor, variable inductor. Okay. So fixed capacitor, variable capacitor. So when you are making the resistor, inductor, capacitor, you want to symbolize variable resistor, variable inductor, and variable capacitor. So to denote the variability, we use this arrow cutting that in that particular element symbol. So this is resistor symbol, and if we are cutting this resistor symbol with this arrow, so that arrow will show the variable resistor. Means this resistor is variable. Similarly, in inductor, if you are cutting the inductor symbol by this arrow, means this is a variable inductor. Okay, now this is the symbol for choke point. Fine, and this is the symbol for capacitor, and this is for variable capacitor. Again, we are cutting by the arrow. the capacitor symbol. So it shows the variability, variable capacitor. Now cell symbol is this. Okay. So this bigger line shows the positive polarity and smaller line shows the negative polarity. Now battery symbol is this. So there is a difference between cell and battery. So cell have only one positive line, one negative line, but the battery will have the multiple positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative lines. Means the cells are connected in series in battery. Okay. Now ammeter. So ammeter is used to measure the current. Okay, so ammeter symbol is just simply circle, and inside the circle there is A. But there are types of ammeter available: AC, DC, AC, DC, AC or DC or AC, DC both. Okay, so if your ammeter is of AC type, so you will draw A, and below A you will draw a sinusoidal waveform, symbol of AC. Okay. If your ammeter is DC, so you will combine the ammeter with DC symbol, that is horizontal straight line. Then AC, if your is both AC DC ammeter you are using, so it is A DC sign, then AC sign. Similarly for voltmeter, V is written here, voltmeter, and AC DC, AC DC. Then wattmeter. Now what is a wattmeter, students? Wattmeter is used to measure the power, electrical power in the circuit. Okay. So the symbol is like this. So let me explain you what is this symbol. The wattmeter symbol is like this. Sorry. Okay, like this. So actually what it means, this is called current coil. This is called pressure coil. Okay, so let me give you the actual view of wattmeter. Okay, so this is the actual wattmeter picture. Okay, you can find in the laboratory. So this is called the scale. This white portion you can see, this is the scale of this wattmeter, and wattmeter is used to measure the electrical power. So it will measure the power, it will give you the reading in watts, either watts or kilowatts. So here written K dot watts means it will give you in kilowatts, right? Any doubt?
No.
Okay, now how to connect this wattmeter in your circuit to measure the power? Okay, so there are some terminals given on this wattmeter: M, L, COM means common, 250 volt, 500 volt. So first you need to understand, see the scale here written 4 ampere or slash 250 slash 500 volt. What it means, here also written some things. This is a DC symbol, this is AC symbol, this is 50 hertz. Okay, so 50 hertz means it will work on 50 hertz supply. Okay, and it can work for DC AC both. And how much current it can handle, 4 ampere, how much voltage it can handle, either you can use up to for 250 and you can use up to for 500. So if you are working on if your circuit, in your circuit you are giving the voltage up to 250 volt, so you need to connect on this terminal. If your voltage is higher than 250 but below, but up to 500, so you will connect to this point, right, to this terminal. Can you see my cursor? Right? But how to connect ML-COM? Okay. So actually inside this wattmeter, there are two coils. One is current coil, this one, and one is pressure coil. So current coil is always connected in series with the circuit, and pressure coil is always connected in parallel with the circuit. Okay. So suppose you have one circuit here, you are giving the supply, you have given, this is load. Okay. This is suppose 230 volt single phase supply, 50 hertz. Okay, and this is R1. Now you want to measure the power of load. So you will connect wattmeter here. Okay. So how to connect this wattmeter? To connect this wattmeter, this is the symbol. This is the symbol of wattmeter. So we will connect, this coil will be connected in series, means here. And this coil is connected in parallel like this. And this is your wattmeter. Right? So here ML is written. ML is what? M is this, L is this. Right? Okay, and C is this point. C is this. Common. Fine. Like this you can connect and then you will take the reading of what. Then comes single phase transformer symbol. Okay. So single phase transformer symbol is two coils are there. And between these two coils there is a two parallel bars. So what this means? These bars shows the iron core. Okay, actually what is transformer? What is transformer? What is transformer, students? What is the purpose of transformer? What it will do? Can you tell me?
It controls the flow of current.
Huh? Sorry? Again.
It controls the flow of power. Step down and step up transformer.
Transformer. Okay. So transformer is transferring the electricity.
Ma'am, to decrease high voltage to the voltage applicable to our houses.
Yeah, so transformer actually increase or decrease the voltage level. It is not converting anything, not converting AC to DC, not converting DC to AC. It is not a conversion device, not converting mechanical energy to electrical, not converting electrical to mechanical. This is not a conversion device. It is only transferring the electrical energy from one circuit to another circuit. Now question is, if it is transferring, so we can transfer from the wire also. Why we need transformer? So transformer transfers electrical energy, but it can alter the voltage level. Okay. Suppose your So now, so a transformer is how transformer is constructed. So there is an iron core. Okay, iron core, and the two windings are mounted on this iron core. Two coils or windings, you can say. Okay. So on this winding, we will give this supply, AC supply, electrical energy. Okay. Suppose 230 volt I have given. And here I will connect my output. To take the output, I will connect my load. Right? Right? So these are two separate circuits. One at the input side and one at the output side. Okay. So transformer is just transferring the input side electricity to giving to the output, but it will change the voltage level of that you are provided in input. So we are provided in 230. So you can change this voltage level. You can increase or decrease this voltage level in the output. So you can get 400 volt, whatever you desire. 400 volt, or you want 100 volt. So you can step up the voltage or you can step down the voltage through this transformer, right? You can step up and step down the input voltage through this transformer. Whatever you want in your output, you can do. Whether you want to increase or you want to decrease. Right? Any doubt? So actually these two coils are mounted on iron core. So this is iron core is of magnetic material. Okay. So there will be the mutual induction between these two coils. So the energy will be transferred. Okay. And this the EMF will generate in each coil. This is called primary winding. Input side called primary winding, output side called secondary winding. This is secondary. This is primary winding. Right? Okay. So if the number of turns in secondary is higher than the primary winding, that means your transformer will work as step up transformer. It will give you the increased voltage in output. If the number of turns in the secondary is lesser than the primary, so means your transformer will work as step down. Means it will decrease the voltage level. Whatever you provided in input, it will give you the decreased voltage. Any doubt? So the symbol is like this. These two windings means this is primary, this is secondary, and these are mounted on iron core. So this bar shows the iron core. Right? Okay. So next one is auto transformer. Okay, we have discussed the single phase transformer. Now we are discussing auto transformer. So the auto transformer is having only single winding. Symbol is like this. Single winding, and there will be the arrow like this. So now again the auto transformer will do the same work, step down, step up the voltage. But how it is doing this? But now there is only single winding. So where is primary and where is secondary? So actually the upper portion upper portion of this arrow will create the primary winding, and lower section will create the secondary. Okay. So actually we can adjust the number of turns in this by moving these tabs. Okay, means this arrow means tabs of transformer. So the moving with this arrow means if arrow will be here, So the primary winding have lower number of turns, secondary will be having more number of turns. So this will act as step up transformer, right? If this arrow move here, so primary will have more number of turns, secondary will have less number of turns, so it will work as step down transformer, right? So by changing the tabs, we can adjust the number of turns in primary and secondary. So this is the working of principle of auto transformer. This is how auto transformer works. So the symbol is one winding only, and there is a variable tapping arrow, right? Any doubt in this? Any doubt, students? Now comes the star and delta connection. So what is the symbol for star connection and what is the delta connection? So what is this connection actually? Till now you have studied the series and parallel connection, right? So in series you can connect the resistor like this. In parallel you can connect the resistor like this, right? So this is for single phase circuits. Now if you have three phase circuits, so you can connect the three phase either in star connection or in delta connection. So if you have three phase, so if you are connecting like this, means one end of each phase connected to a common point. So that will create a star type structure. This or this. Okay. So that's why it is known as star connection. So this is the symbol of the star connection. Now delta connection. In delta connection, we will connect these three phases like this, so that delta will form. Okay, means delta is formed if you connecting like this. Means one end of this phase connected to other end of other phase, one end of this connected to this one. So this form the delta type structure. That's why it is named as delta connection. Right? Any doubt? So you can see we have discussed all the symbols, and single phase energy meter is the energy meter that you are using in your home, in which you are for which you are paying the electricity bill. That is called single phase energy meter. तो उसका symbol यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है आपको, ये होता है. Now single phase transformer symbol we have discussed. Auto transformer का symbol दे दिया आपको. Now diode are various type of diodes, और डायोड मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. देन स्टार कनेक्शन, डेल्टा कनेक्शन. सो डायोड में क्या होता है? डायोड एक बार मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. व्हाट इज डायोड? What is diode? Diode is a unilateral device which allows the flow of current, okay, in only one direction. ठीक है, और उसको हम स्विच की तरह भी यूज कर सकते हैं, और डायोड को हम रेक्टिफायर में यूज करते हैं. रेक्टिफायर क्या होता है? रेक्टिफायर कन्वर्ट करता है एसी को डीसी में. ओके, तो सपोज डायोड का सिंबल होता है ये. अब डायोड में देखिए आपको एक एरो दिख रहा है, ठीक है, एरो का हेड है, टेल है, और यहाँ पे एक बार दिख रहा है, ठीक है. तो एक्चुअली में इस सिंबल में ये वाला जो टर्मिनल है, दिस इज कॉल्ड एनोड टर्मिनल एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड कैथोड। ओके, तो डायोड एक यूनिलेटरल डिवाइस है, वो करंट को एक ही डायरेक्शन में फ्लो करवाता है, मतलब कि एनोड टू कैथोड में करंट को फ्लो करवाएगा। ओके, तो ये एरो जो बना हुआ है ना, उस डायरेक्शन में करंट फ्लो करेगा। अगर आप रिवर्स में बात करो, कैथोड टू एनोड, तो करंट फ्लो नहीं करेगा, इसलिए यहाँ पे बार बना हुआ है, स्टॉप। कैथोड टू एनोड में करंट फ्लो नहीं करता। राइट? एनी डाउट इन दिस?
नो मैम।
ओके, सो दिस इज द डायोड। अब डायोड आपने अगर पढ़ा होगा तो डिटेल में तो आपको पता होगा कि हाउ इट वर्क्स लाइक रेक्टिफायर। पढ़ा है 12th में? Yes. So now I have discussed the symbols. So now you can do the work. For now आपके पास अभी जब तक LMS account नहीं है, I will share the lab manual PDF for experiment 1 and 2. ठीक है? As soon as you got the LMS account, okay, you just log in and check your courses regularly, right? I will share the recordings of all the lab sessions. That is no problem. Okay. So the recording will generate after some time of this meeting. So as soon as the recording will be generated, I will share accordingly. Okay.
Yes मैम।
So any doubt, any question, any query, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can end this meeting. Yes. Any doubt, questions?
नो मैम।